Hi, I'm here in Newport Beach for W3VA.com with lead singer Jared of the band California. Welcome, Jared.
Thank you, Netta.
Thank you so much for coming here today and interviewing with us.
Absolutely.
So, Jared, talk to me about the name of your band.
Our band name is California. The reason why it's California is actually it was Brandon's idea to make it California. And at first, I have to say I really didn't know if I liked the idea because I feel like everybody's like, well, is that really a band name? Boston already did it, Chicago did it. But the more it kind of grew on me because it's easy to say, it makes sense, it's something you can find easily, and I love California. Every time I leave California, I just want to come back to California. The weather's amazing, I just love California.
So I'm here with Brandon with the band California. And Brandon, tell us about your role in the band.
Let's see, my role, I guess I'd be the music guy.
The music guy.
Yeah, I kind of hold a lot of the backbone. I do a lot of writing. Jared, as you know, he's basically, he could be called the lead vocalist. That's definitely one of his strong instruments and whatnot, amongst others. But yeah, I do a lot of the writing musically for the compositions that we've been working on together. He does a lot of melody for the vocal parts, and we actually been working with a good friend of ours, Casey Lloyd, who's been an amazing lyricist as well.
What genre of music would you consider yourself?
Well, you know, that's an interesting question because I would say about 7 or 8 years ago, we would say, how can you put us in a box like that?
Right?
But since then,
So labeled.
you know what, it's nice to be able to have a little box because, you know, when you're looking for music online, or when I'm looking for music online, I like to be able to just type in a genre and then go and pick out the song I want. Kind of like when you want to find a movie. I don't want to, you know, watch the cartoons. Maybe I don't watch the kids' movies. I want to watch the comedy ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good to have a genre. And I think for ours, I would say that if you were to, you know, pick rock, probably the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to do acoustic rock, that would work for a lot of the songs. If you were to put like alternative rock, I think that would fit a couple. And I think pop rock would even work. Mm-hmm. But it's got to have the word rock in it.
So talk to me about some of the new material that you guys are recording.
Some of the new stuff has been pretty exciting. We've been bringing a large element of live percussion, which is one of my favorite things to perform, like an acoustic drum set with piano, and basically just creating this real kind of powerful yet dynamic sound that's a little bit different than a lot of the other kind of stuff that we've done, either it be rock and roll, indie rock, pop rock, kind of these different genres that we do. This one just has just a little bit more space between all the notes and just a different vibe. And I feel it's really inspirational and kind of a newer sound and just fun music to play.
So when I had originally heard your song, it sounded like there were 4 or 5 of you. And just recently I found out it was just 2 of you. So tell me how you guys create such a big sound with just the 2 of you.
Well, actually, that's interesting because we started just the 2 of us, and then we felt that we needed to bring more people in. We brought other band members in. We ended up having a 5-piece band at one point, and so I think what's happened is we realized we just need to take people back out, get back to just the 2 of us. We've got this synergy between us. You know, we're able to kind of just play off each other's dynamics, and I think when you add other elements and people in, even as great as they are. And they're amazing musicians, and we're wonderful to be around and do that with. But somehow, just him and I, we got a little bit of a magic, like we just get it together. And so I think it does sound bigger, and less is more sometimes. You know, mm-hmm. you hit the right thing at the right time. You don't need 12 instruments to make a song sound great.
Melody master, I call him, because I can play crazy tunes, which I usually do, that are kind of like different, and he's able to really connect with that, and we inspire each other to kind of just lift up the great ideas we have into something even greater together.
Well, sometimes like you be playing an instrumental and then he'll just kind of lyrically like pick it up and then you guys create something out of that?
Absolutely, that's definitely like one direction that we'll do songwriting, or I might come to the table with some lyrics and not a melody, or a melody and a lyrics, or a full song, and then he'll hear that and just get sparked off on something else. So we kind of really like feed off each other and bounce off each other to like create the magic that I feel that we both have.
What were some of your inspirations behind coming up with the band and then also having it in California?
Oh, well, I was in California for a few years before I met Brandon, and but I've been playing music since I was probably 8, 9 years old. My mom bought me my first guitar, it was this big blue electric guitar. And once I got here, Brandon actually kind of pushed me into trying to do this, you know, I guess what you could say more seriously. And so I left my job actually and started working on this nonstop. We went from Tennessee to Austin, Texas, up to Santa Monica, and just recorded all over the country, doing live shows and putting together band members, doing ads in the paper. You know, they need a guitar player, interviewing guitar players. So I'd say about 9 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago, we started doing this a little more seriously.
And what were your experiences going from city to city to city, recording the song?
Big learning experience. Especially like in Nashville, Tennessee, for instance. There's just, I mean, the musicians there are spot on. They're perfect. So you get into a studio with a producer who's used to that, and then you realize you got a little work to do when they start threatening bringing in other artists to just play your parts. So we had to knuckle down and really get it right. But there's just, I mean, the studio going from Nashville to Austin, then to LA is a completely different feel from the producer, from the people that play there, and it's great, to see it all.
So how long has this been a dream for you guys?
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, together, me and Jared, for probably about 9 to 10 years. For me, probably since middle school, I really started writing songs, and one of my best friends inspired me to play music, and we started playing guitar and jamming and writing songs, and ever since that, we just had such a fun time together, and just being able to have that outlet and express yourself in that way, I really grasped onto, and then seeing all the pros and all the inspirations that, amazing artists and performers and musicians, I would say probably, maybe sixth grade, I really wanted to go for it.
So how can fans like me stay in touch with your band?
Well, you can find us on the web at bandcalifornia.com. So it's easy, bandcalifornia.com. And then you can go to Facebook, if you like to go to Facebook, and just do /CalTunes, so C-A-L Tunes, instead of iTunes, CalTunes. And that's really the two easiest ways, I'd say. We have a W3VA.
I'm very familiar with W3VA.
Which, by the way, is kind of cool, because instead of going to YouTube and having to be forced to watch whatever you want to watch or just search for one thing, you can search for a category or something and see all the coolest videos, and people can vote on them. You can put your videos on and be sponsored for different prizes and win things. So W3VA.
W3VA.
If you like YouTube, you'll love W3VA.
W3VA is better than YouTube.